What is up, everybody? This is Andrew from Delray Misfits Behind the Wheel. Yes, I am pulling a Jason Genova and I am filming while I'm driving, but I think I can handle it. Anyway, it is Saturday afternoon. It is 4:30. I am heading over to World Gym here in Delray Beach. I am going to be filming this sickening collaboration video between Jason Genova and Ian McCarthy. I guess this is sort of akin to the YouTube fitness community's version of The Odd Couple. And I'm curious to see how all this unfolds today. I really don't know what exactly the two of them have planned in this video in terms of working out and training, but I am heading over there to offer my sickening skills behind the camera, film the video, and have a little fun. And I'm curious to meet Ian. I've spoken to him a couple times. He seems pretty cool on the phone. I've been watching a few of his videos over the last couple years, and it'll be cool to meet him. So without further ado, let's get ourselves over to World Gym and give everybody the video that people have been waiting to see now for a very long time. Peace out.
I was snoozing like Beauty and the Beast today all day in my house.
Well, Jason, wake up, because Mr. Ian McCarthy is in the house.
Yeah.
What is up, Ian?
Straight thugging.
Straight sickening.
Keeping it real.
Yes.
Gentlemen, first of all, Ian, welcome to World Gym in Delray Beach. It is a pleasure to have you in our house. And I am just going to kind of shut up and let you guys train, and I don't know who's going to follow who, but...
Sure. Well, I think we decided we're going to do some chest and some shoulders.
Yeah, chest and shoulders.
So we'll show you some things you can do to perhaps improve your training of those body parts, especially shoulders.
Yeah.
The thing is, Jason is actually a lot bigger in person than he looks on video. So people always talk about his weak chest as an example when it's actually pretty thick, but definitely his side delts could come up. So we'll show him some ways of improving his lateral raise form and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And then tomorrow will be the big day where we do back, which is probably his weakest body part, which really needs improvement. So
what time are you guys going to be here tomorrow?
I think we agreed to 5. It
Same
depends
time
on your schedule, right?
I get off work at the same time. I can be here at 5 again if you want.
Sure, that would be perfect.
Is that cool with you, Jason? All right. What do you think of the gym, Ian, now that you're seeing it in person? Is it everything you thought and more, or what?
It's exactly how it was in videos, or is in videos, so. But it is nice to be here as opposed to just watching.
Jason, are you psyched?
I'm psyched.
Good. How many pre-workout drinks did you have?
3.
3. About 200 milligrams of caffeine each, so.
9, 7, 8, that's 600 sickening milligrams of caffeine.
That would kill some people.
Yes. Some wild animals as well.
Right. Okay, so we'll start with mobility work, which means mostly shoulder warm-up, right? And then we'll do, we've not yet decided what we'll do actually, but probably 2 movements for chest and then some shoulder work. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I'll meet you boys in the weight room. This is so sickening. We're already trying to steal Caesar's equipment. Caesar, a part-time Delray Misfit, is in the house this morning.
Sickening.
Sickening. Let me duck in under Caesar here. So what are we going to start out with, Ian?
We'll do face pulls. So lightweight, 15 to 20 reps. Then we'll do some external rotation with tables like this, weight like this. What else do we do? Oh, I'm talking to this camera now. Wall presses. So this is all to warm up the shoulders. So it's decreasing risk of injury from things like presses.
Yeah, presses.
Because people often make the mistake of just coming in, just putting 225 on the bar for bench and just doing
just
that.
hurting himself.
Right.
Going right into hurt.
You don't do that, do you? You start with one plate. So you it's sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
One time.
Do you have any injuries to your shoulders?
No.
Okay. Well, luck in that case.
Very
good
lucky.
genetics for not injuring yourself.
So what's that alarm board?
The 7.
Warm up. Just warm up, get a little blood flow. Getting the lactic acid. Pump, nice pump.
I think Ian said the word sickening about 10 times so far. It's funny to hear him say it. It's funny to hear anyone else say it. I'm not used to hearing say it.
Sickening.
It can be used to describe almost anything. So
It's like a universal adjective. Right.
So we can grab some. Have you done a set on each side, Jason?
Yeah.
That should be enough. So what we do over here is external rotations like this, right?
We're gonna rotate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. So we do 15 to 20 reps of that. And, right. Try to keep the movement in the shoulder joint itself, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So you don't have to extend the arm.
Maybe if you hold his elbow stationary.
Right. So you just want to. That's better. Yeah. So really think about it being here rather than. Cool. Is the floor flat here?
Ian, in addition to training with Jason, maybe you can give him a few pointers about gym etiquette.
No grunting, no screaming.
I don't think Jason really believes in gym etiquette. His videos wouldn't be worth watching.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
Putting away your weights.
What would be the best angle for an incline press for chest? What do we think? Is that a little high?
A little high.
Yeah, maybe one lower. Cool, that's good.
Perfection. Let's see.
There's a better one here if you want to use it, but well, he's using it on the Smith machine.
Using it on the Smith machine.
Yeah,
Right,
the
okay.
second Smith machine, that one's a lot more stable.
Do we want to wait for a stable one? Do we want to bribe him maybe?
He looks like he's just chilling.
Yes.
Might be a while.
We don't care about stability.
Okay,
Don't kill us, stability. We're free.
Try to get your hands out a bit more, Jason. More directly above your elbows. Yeah. They're a bit ill-positioned on
Hey,
them.
pause at the top. Move your hand to the center of this one here. There you go. You don't want to hurt yourself.
Good.
Ian, can I ask you a question?
You can.
I try to read a lot of the comments on these videos. It's impossible to keep up with them. One of the things I always read, people get on Jason's case for doing that, clanking the weights at the top. Is that a bad thing to do?
No. I think the thought is that when someone's arm is in this position, the dumbbell is here, and there isn't tension in this direction, there's very little tension on the pec. Whereas if you're out here, obviously the pec is preventing the arm from getting ripped off. In this position, where is gravity pulling?
Center.
Right? So the pec isn't relaxed because, of course, it's stabilizing the arm in this position.
Stabilize.
But really, what's being
Is
trying to think of what the word would be.
your ligament.
Right. It's primarily the bones
Yeah.
rather than significantly the pec. So if someone just pushes up here and sits here, they're using it as a rest point.
Rest position.
But I wouldn't say.
I mean,
not-
the actual clanking of the weights at the top of a movement, people seem to get really offended when Jason does it. And I don't really know enough about bodybuilding to know whether that's a good thing or not a good thing. I was always curious to hear a different person's perspective on that because I couldn't tell you
I don't
whether
think it's that bad.
Well, what I wouldn't want Jason to do is the following. If you have your arm in this, can you bend it a little bit? Now, and do that with the other arm. Now, push them together. Keep your arms exactly as they are. What's wrong with this picture?
Injury, avoiding injury.
Well, the dumbbells would be hitting, but he wouldn't actually be maximizing the range of motion on the pec.
Yeah.
Because remember, the pec doesn't act on the hand, it acts on the upper arm. So he can still do this, right?
Yeah.
He can still shorten his pec more.
Get it.
So what I wouldn't want someone to do, and Jason does tend to do this, kind of banging, I'm exaggerating obviously, but pushing the hands together
Not
and not getting this out of it. And on something like a cable crossover, this position really makes all the difference.
Yeah.
driving your elbows together
Yeah,
like this.
yeah, definitely.
So that's important.
Definitely important.
So if someone is going to playing the dumbbells together, they better be getting
a good range of motion.
driving their upper arms together like
driving,
this.
getting a good range of motion.
But look at my elbows, right?
Yeah, I see the difference. Nice and straight, locked. Nice form, flawless. Flawless.
Good. Okay. 3, 4. Control that descent.
Basically, what he's trying to say is do the negative.
Right.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
One more.
Come on, Jason.
Fire it up. Come on. Good.
How many reps is that, Jason?
7, 6, something like that.
That was not terrible. Because you can certainly see his chest is contracting, so. A big issue with presses is people will have difficulty really getting their chest to contract at all.
Yeah.
But with those, despite the fact that his forearms should be more out here,
Still got
right, because why is it that you're doing it like this? You're probably not doing that deliberately, but you're doing it because it makes the lift easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you bring the weight out here, it's going to be more difficult.
Yeah, to get it.
So
That's heavy.
So I would, right. So the suggestion would be to use a lighter weight and then to train yourself to do it
Yeah.
perfectly. And then you'll build your way back up.
Yeah.
So I've seen you do them with, I think, 110s or 115s.
It's a terrible form. Not terrible.
But not good enough, right?
Yeah, not good enough.
And if you go to a lower weight, maybe
70.
probably 70s, you'll be able to build your way back up to that weight
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
And you'll have a bigger chest as a result because you'll be using that weight with much
I'll
better
be
form.
using more muscle fiber.
Because something that people need to realize is that your muscles, let's say your pecs, they don't have their own brain that says, this is an 85-pound dumbbell, therefore I'm going to respond in this way. The muscle responds to tension.
Tension.
So,
Rip down the muscle fiber.
so you can,
rebuild
in
it.
principle, use a heavy weight and actually not put a great deal of tension on a muscle, not
Yeah.
cause it to do very much.
Yeah.
Which is the case with a lot of people using terrible form with back exercises.
Yeah.
So they'll actually make improvements by using significantly
Less.
lighter weight,
Yeah. More
but much better form and forcing that muscle.
for it to grow.
Right, and this is what we'll be discussing tomorrow in the case of the lats. Someone can certainly use very heavy weight, but when it comes down to it, how much is their lat really doing?
Yeah.
If someone's using, let's say, 120-pound dumbbells on dumbbell rows, and they have poor lats, of course it could be that they have just terrible genetics for lat development, but perhaps a more probable explanation
It's
is
good form.
their lats aren't doing that much work,
They're
right?
not doing that much.
So they would benefit from cutting the weight in half and then building their way back up.